I talk a lot about making changes in our lives, but I realize that in life sometimes we get to a point and it's okay. It's okay not to make a million changes in our lives. What if everything that you've done in your life is right where you're meant to be? Because sometimes we, I think, look inwardly too much and we try and challenge ourselves because all of a sudden the world is moving. There are people with new jobs, new careers. Somebody might have a new relationship. They might be married with kids. And you might look at your life and think, maybe this isn't where I should be. And you start questioning where you are right now in your life. I'm Lisa, speaker, coach, and the host of this podcast, Real Women's Stories. And in this short episode, I'm going to give you the confidence to sit right where you are. Because sometimes you don't need to change your life. You just need to feel confident and comfortable right where it sits in the here and now. We often feel like we are on a timeline. The world and society gives us a timeline. So, we look at life in terms of a structure, in terms of things that we are told to do, that our parents are told to do. And if life doesn't turn out the way that the timeline suggests, people start asking questions. And then all of a sudden, you start to feel uncomfortable because you've chosen and you followed your gut instincts. You've made the choices in your life. You've set up your life as you have wanted it to be. But then somehow those questions start sort of getting inside your head. And then all of a sudden, there are questions everywhere as to whether or not these were the right choices that you should have made. And is this the right trajectory for your life? Well, in this episode, we're going to together create a feeling of confidence around the choices that you've made, because you've made those choices for a very good reason. And just because you may not have followed society's timeline, that maybe you haven't created a life for you that's the same as everybody else in your friendship group or your cousins or your brothers or your sisters, but that doesn't necessarily mean that those choices weren't right for you. So in this episode, I'm going to remind you of why you made those choices, and that even though the world is moving past you, that it's okay to stick in the lane that you've chosen to be in right here, right now. What is it that tends to knock our confidence when we seem to have made choices in our lives? It's the kind of things that are going on around us. Like I said, we're in our lane, but there are other cars moving past us at a very, very fast pace. And that can make us feel quite uncomfortable, because as we see those cars going past, we're questioning, where are they going? What journey are they on? What journey have they been on? Is that a journey maybe that I should have been on? Is this the right place for me in the right here and the right now? It's looking inwards at ourselves that starts us questioning. And when we're out and we're in our friendship groups, what happens? People start asking us questions. Don't you love all the freedom that you've got right now? Or you've got so much time on your hands. Isn't it exciting? You must be doing so much. It's those questions that start making us question ourselves. And when suddenly we pick up social media, we're scrolling every single day, watching other people's lives play out. And whilst we're watching other people's lives play out, we start questioning ourselves. It's where that judgment starts coming in, because all those pictures and all those stories that people are posting, we start comparing them to us and what we are doing and where we're at. That's where we start losing confidence in the decisions that we've made and the choices that we've made. You might have time on your hands because your kids have gone off to university, and suddenly your house is quiet. And when it's quiet, we start thinking, and we start looking at other people's lives and thinking, well, maybe I should have had a career. Maybe I should have done something more with my life than being a wife, a housewife, and a mum to my lovely kids. Maybe it could be that you have decided not to have children and that you have had freedom and you have been able to travel. But then all of a sudden, people are questioning you, asking you questions which make you look inward at your life. And is it fulfilled? Will I ever feel the need for having children around me? So it's those small moments where you were feeling absolutely fine, but you've started scrolling and then you're watching someone else's life play out on social media. And within 5 minutes, you sit there and the thoughts start whirling around in your head as to, am I enough? Is this enough for me? And you start looking inwardly within yourself and start questioning every single decision and choice that you've made, because there seems to be a big gap in the space in terms of what you wanted when you were younger to where you are now. Now, talking about that takes me back, right back to where I was setting up a business in Mallorca. Now, everybody else was, you know, playing happy families and they were building their lives around their children. And I had this opportunity to go up and set up a business in Mallorca. And that excited me. That I thought was what an incredible thing to be doing. And yes, whilst I was at home blending the family, it was something that I wanted to do. So I look back on that now and I think I'm pleased I did that. I possibly could have questioned that decision, and I'm sure that potentially other people would have questioned that decision too, because they would have looked at me and thought, well, you've got 3 kids at home and they're all at school, and there you are every weekend flying off to Mallorca, and then coming back home during the week. And obviously, I've missed out on some birthdays, family occasions, having time with my family. But I owned that decision because it was right for me at that time. I felt that I had done a lot for my family and I had given up a lot of myself, and I needed to claw some of that back. And I knew that I would be a better, more fulfilled person if I could take this opportunity, if I could do something for myself that would feel rewarding for me. So I own that, and I own that with confidence, because my family, okay, maybe I wasn't there every single weekend, but I also made decisions based on me being abroad to make sure that I made time for my family. So when I look back, I don't regret any of that. I own that with confidence. And in that moment, at that time, that was the right thing for me. So when you look back on your life and you think about the choices that you've made, why can't you feel confident about that? What is it that you could look back on? Is there a moment that you could look back on and you could think about an experience or a choice or a decision that you made that fulfilled you at that time and that was okay? And that actually has helped you grow into the person that you are today. Because I think often we don't own where we are today. And I know that that experience had a huge impact on everything that I'm doing. And I'm happy and I'm confident with being in my 50s and having started my career, because I've always been that career person and I own that with confidence. Yes, I love my family and I love being around for family times, but I'm also a woman who has enjoyed working throughout her life, and that's okay. I don't feel that I have missed out on those times. So if you're a woman who potentially has had a career her whole life and decided not to have a family, well, you've made those decisions for a reason. And you should look back and you should feel that you've made those choices and those decisions to sit in the here and now where you are. And think about the why. Why did you make those decisions? Why did it benefit you? Why does it make you into the person you are today? Why can't you feel confident being that career person? Does it matter that you didn't have a family? And then on the flip side, I'm a mum and I'm at home and I feel fulfilled with being a wife and holding up my family and not having a career. So we're looking at the opposite ends of the spectrum. And I really want you to appreciate and feel proud of where you are right now, because you've created that home for your family, for your husband, for your children. And yes, they may have left and gone to university, but that was everything that you wanted to be. And that's okay. You didn't want to have a career, you wanted your family. So, as I talk to you, this is about being confident and honest about the choices that you make, because that creates the confidence, owning who you are and being real to yourself, being real to the person that you are deep down inside, because we are all made up differently. And just because society tells us that one way is the right way or the other way is the wrong way, that doesn't necessarily mean that it's right for you. So the choices that you've made, in your gut, your instinct will tell you you've made those choices for a very good reason, because it felt right for you and it feels right for you at that time and in this moment. We often try and reinvent ourselves again and again and again. Why don't you think back? If you are constantly trying to reinvent yourself, just take a step back and reflect. Reflect on the things that make you happy, that make you fulfilled, rather than trying to reinvent yourself and trying to become a different person. Think about who you are. What are the things that have really held you down, like in a good way in your life, that have made you the solid person that you are? And nourish that person and nourish all of those fantastic traits that you've got, rather than thinking that I've got to keep up with society and I've got to start changing the way I am. If you're happy in your home life and you're happy creating and making a home, then why change it? You can just enhance that in the next stage of your life, rather than trying to reinvent that person, because you're still the same person inside. You're no different to who you are as you've been working your way through your life. And there's no need to try and change who you are. Just be true to yourself and be happy with the person that you are, and sit back and think, what can I do in my life, sitting in the here and now, that I could still bring all of the good things that I love about myself and that I love doing and that I love creating? And how can I be happy in this moment and continue to be happy? Because it's not about changing direction completely. It's about enhancing who we are and what we've created. Every decision that you have made has helped you become the person that you are today, and is still helping you be that person you are today. So don't veer away from that person. Don't think you have to turn who you are on your own head. Still be that person that you are, but just enhance what you have already. Sit in that comfortable space where you are. Enjoy those moments that you still enjoy, because there is nothing wrong with who you are right now. So, how do we stay confident with who we are without questioning ourselves? Let's think about how we can embrace who we are. When you hear yourself saying or thinking, I should, this is what I should be doing, how can you reframe that for yourself? For me, it's, this is what I want to do. This is what I enjoy doing, not I should, because you shouldn't have to do anything that doesn't sit well with you. So reframe that thought and catch yourself when you start to say I should, because anybody who thinks the word should, you shouldn't be doing it. You should want to do it, not I should be doing it. I want to do this thing. I want to be this person. I want to be in my house. I want to make a home for my husband, make a home for my family, make sure I'm around for my kids when they come back from university. Or it's it's okay, I'm going to go off traveling and I'm still going to live my life as a single person, because it's what I want to do. I don't, I enjoy being around my potential nieces and nephews, and that's okay because I can give them back. And then I can go home to my own place and have my own space. And I shouldn't have to question that. So think about the word should and reframe it. And also, when you start questioning yourself as to what you should be doing or what you shouldn't be doing, reframe those thoughts as to what I want to be doing and why I've created this life and why I'm created this space that I have so that I can be happy in my environment. I don't want to feel uncomfortable like I should be doing something that I don't want to be doing because it doesn't feel right. So what's one thing that you could do this week because you want to? What can you do this week that you can talk about and shout about and say and tell other people? Or just do it. Just do that one thing that you want to because you do. What is it? It could be making your husband a really lovely romantic dinner because that's what you want to do because it makes you happy, it fills you up. Or is it that you would like to go rock climbing this weekend and you're going to take part in a group where you don't know anybody because you quite enjoy being on your own? You quite enjoy your own company and joining in with groups that potentially aren't part of your sort of, natural surroundings and community. So, what is it that you can do this week that you want to do? And when you're having a cup of coffee with a friend, why not tell them? Why not embrace the fact that I'm really happy with my life. This is where I should be. This is where I'm meant to be. And actually, I'm really happy and I'm content because own it and speak it. And the more you do that, the more confident that you're going to feel with sharing right now where you are in your life with other people, because it doesn't matter where they are, it matters where you are. And sharing that joy and sharing that happiness and content will make you feel happy and will stop you questioning yourself. Whenever I do one of these coaching episodes, it always makes me reflect on my own life. And I'd like you to reflect on your life and to listen to the parts of this episode that have really resonated with you. Are you in a stage of your life where you kind of are looking inwardly at yourself and thinking, is this where I'm meant to be? Are you questioning where you should be right here, right now? Because some people may look at me and may be thinking, well, she's 50, she should be slowing down. And wasn't she meant to be slowing down and moving abroad so she could have a life that's a bit more kind of, I guess, on a retirement timeline? No, it's not. I am I have so much more energy now. I am so happy with what I'm doing and I'm shouting about it from the rooftops. I'm confident and I'm happy in the place that I'm in. I've got my family, I've got my work, and I've got my life in Spain. And just because that might not look the same for somebody else, it doesn't mean it's not right for me. So, thinking back on this episode, what bits of your life that feel right for you that you might be comparing yourself with? I know that my mum often used to say to me and tell me about the things that her friends' kids were doing. And that made me revisit and reevaluate my life and reflect on my life. Is that a situation that you're in where your friends and your family are questioning you? But what is it about this episode that you can take away, that you can start creating more confidence in where you are right here and right now, and owning who you are right here, right now? Because remember, we are all completely different creatures and we're all on completely different timelines. What is right for one person may not be right for the other. But what I do know is that you have made choices in your life for a reason. You have used your intuition for a reason, and you are in this place right now for a reason. And if you are happy reflecting back on it in your space right now and own it, just because The person next door might have a completely different timeline, may have a completely different lifestyle to you. Right here, right now, doesn't mean that you need to change where you are right now. So own who you are right now, reflect on who you are right now, and talk about it with confidence. You don't need to fix a good life. You just need to see it clearly again, and you need to own it. You're not behind. You're not missing out. You are exactly where you're meant to be. If this episode is hitting home, why not share it with somebody else? Because you never know. They could be feeling exactly the same way as you, and it could just be the reminder that they need. And after this episode, take 5 minutes to reflect. Reflect on the parts of your life that have worked well for you. Because confidence isn't about apologizing, it's being okay with just being you. As a coach, I coach many women on so many different challenges they may have. And if this episode is hitting home, if you feel that you're a bit stuck in your own head right now, and you'd just like to have a conversation with me about where you are and whether or not that this moment in time, this space that you're in, your timeline has been the right one for you and is the right one for you, whether or not you do want to make a change or you are happy being this person that you are. If we had that conversation, would that help? Would it help you to uncover the fact that you are happy in this space, but you might just be having some self doubt, those moments where you start questioning yourself? That's exactly what I can help you with. I coach many women on all different types of challenges and situations they're in. So, if this episode is hitting home and you are feeling a little bit stuck, like you can't quite get out the other side, that this episode has resonated with you, but you're still not sure and you're still questioning about whether or not who you are right now and the situation that you're in right now is right for you, then let's have a conversation. Because often when we have conversations, it helps us to reflect even more. So if you would like a conversation with me, then get in touch. My email address is lisa@realwomen.coach. And together we can talk through all of these challenges, all of these questions that you're facing, and we can try and uncover exactly if you are meant to be in the place where you are right now.